Okay, I don't get breakfast served to me like this every day, but many Sundays I do. Saturdays I cook pancakes for my lovely mate. Sundays he makes huevos con aliños, which is what that is, for me. Um, but many days, this was Monday I believe, I just have some bacon and cheese. Later in the morning, I often don't eat breakfast until late morning. Sometimes not at all. But 3 slices of thick cut bacon, that's Gouda cheese, a couple of ounces, and my beloved coffee with heavy cream. And I'm a happy person. I'm going to do a video, I think, on how my husband cooks those huevos con aliños. And that means eggs with aliños, which are essentially scallions and tomato. Now, this is something that I don't partake of necessarily, but my husband is a cyclist. In our household, cyclists get smoothies. So I like to have a smoothie prepared for my fellow. When he returns from a bike ride, he'll jump on his bike and go 20, 30, 40, 50 miles. And he is keto. So this is a smoothie that's easy to make. You don't have to have a bunch of stuff to have a really good keto-friendly smoothie. This is just water, a few ounces of strawberries, handful of blueberries. I do put for him a scoop of whey protein powder. This one I happen to get at Costco. And this one happens to be chocolate, but usually I give him vanilla. We just didn't have any vanilla. 1 scoop. So it's just water, strawberries, blueberries, and a scoop of whey protein. And I pop it in the blender and whiz it up. And I'll tell you, one of the great joys of my life these days is waiting for him on the porch with his smoothie in my hand and usually a glass of wine for me, and listening to the clackety-clack as I can hear his bike as he approaches down the hill towards our house and up the driveway. And I can do that. He uses a Garmin live track, and I can track him, and he launches that when he leaves on his rides, and then I know how close he is to get home, so that's how I time it. Anyway, there's a smoothie. Put it in a fancy glass, makes it taste better. Tuesday was a really great day. It was his birthday. So we went to a place in Durham, North Carolina called Zinburger. And you might recognize this photograph, actually, from a previous trip there. We were with our sons and their wives, and I didn't take a photograph, but this was the meal that both my lovely mate and I got. It's a burger with a fried egg and bacon and cheese and avocado, and these are zucchini fries. They're not breaded. They're just sautéed with mayonnaise and Parmesan cheese on the side. Yum, 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 yum. And I did have a martini with our very late lunch. And before we went off to the low-carb support group meeting in Durham that night, as a matter of fact. The next day, and you'll notice some of these foods for this week, I'm showing you more what my husband ate maybe than what I did, because my food is less than interesting. I just have to keep showing you the plate of bacon and cheese. But this is a snack I made for him. Celery, pimento cheese, and some thin sliced prosciutto or whatever very thinly sliced meat that was. I did grab a couple of stalks myself and had a half an avocado, and I think that was my dinner that night. It might have just been a late snack, I don't remember. Now, I did make this casserole. It doesn't look very appetizing, but if you go to Linda's Low-carb, Google that, go to that website, and I'll put a link in the comments below, and look up her White Castle casserole. Super easy. Ground beef, a couple of types of cheeses, eggs, mayonnaise, onion, and I threw in some dehydrated onions that we happen to have. We had dehydrated onions ourselves. And your bacon is just delicious. The next day, that was my late breakfast. I had that for breakfast. Heated it up in the microwave. Gotta love a casserole. Now this is a little tableau I set for a friend of mine who was coming to visit. And so a bottle of red wine and some cubed cheese and some hard salami and some mayonnaise, mustard, and hot sauce for us to pick at. And my husband picked at that as well. And here is again another day. We still have the casserole, so I ate it some more. This time with some sour cream and some reduced sugar ketchup. Again, casseroles, if you find that providing meals for your family is a challenge, casseroles are a great way to go. Cook them on Sundays or whatever free day you have, and eat off of them for the rest of the week. Here is another little thing I had set up for my husband from when he came back from a ride. Now, he'd had a smoothie, He was upstairs showering, but I just had, and these are tiny little bouillon bowls, they're called. These are not giant bowls. They're small little bowls. That's some cubed Gouda, a little handful of almonds, and that's some homemade yogurt that I strain so it becomes like Greek yogurt with a couple of strawberries on top and a slight drizzle of sugar-free raspberry syrup that I get from Amazon, I think. And so he picks at that. I didn't have any of it. You know, he has a labor-intensive job, and he jumps on a bicycle, and he can get away with eating more calories than I can. In our household, cyclists also get ribeyes. So this was dinner that night. And you'll see this looks kind of mangled, but I wanted to show you. Cooked one ribeye on the big green egg, steamed up some broccoli, half an avocado, and the way, it's not that he's eaten that, I cut off about 2 ounces off of his steak and gave myself a little bit of broccoli and the other half of the avocado. That is not the world's biggest avocado. That is a bread plate. So that's a small plate, or maybe it's called a dessert plate. So it's not a large dinner plate. It's a little trick that I play with my eyes. My plate looks very full. And I've got a couple of ounces here, a couple of ounces there, half an avocado. And it was a good dinner. Listen, thank you guys for the support. Thanks for watching. And check in next week. Hopefully I'll be able to do this again. Ciao.